This is Night Transportation, one of the largest trucking companies in the United States. Now, what I'm about to show you, it's not a story, it's not opinion, and it's not a rant. This is 15 consecutive weeks of settlements from one lease purchase driver. Every single week is documented. Every number pulled is straight from the driver's checks. And if you're a driver, company, lease, or owner operator, you need to watch this all the way through because this is how people get trapped without realizing it. The reason this matters is not just because it's night, okay? It matters because companies this large don't just move freight, they shape our entire industry. These are the same types of companies that groups like the American Trucking Association rely on for data, studies, and industry input. That information flows upstream to policymakers and regulators, and it defines what the government is told is normal in trucking. So when structures like this are considered normal, this is what comes back downstream to drivers. Now, let me be very clear about what this is and what it's not. This is not one bad week, okay? This is not a driver who quit early. This is not cherry picked screenshots. This is 15 consecutive weeks from the same driver, same lease structure, and same carrier. Over those 15 weeks, this driver generated $47,251.71 in gross revenue. And over those same 15 weeks, the driver netted $5,601.23. Now, that includes 6 pay weeks, 2 pay weeks where the driver actually owed the carrier money. And the settlements say that, not me. Okay? Every time we show this stuff, someone says he should have run harder. The cent per mile was low. Miles were the problem. And, here's the truth. Cent per mile, miles, and effort don't matter if the structure is broken. The driver had week with decent miles and weeks with weaker miles, but the deductions never stopped. You see, this is what's hurting a lot of drivers. The lease payment every week, insurance stacking every week, maintenance fund every week, permits, OCC, ACC, pre-pass, tracking systems every single week. When miles are inconsistent and costs are fixed, the math collapses. That's not opinion, that's arithmetic. Let me show you one of my favorite line items on these settlements because it perfectly explains how this works, okay? Glass coverage. This is actually the first settlement I've seen where I've seen a driver being deducted for this. The driver's already paying for physical damage insurance. And then on top of that, there's a separate glass coverage deduction, $3.46 per week, right? Sounds small. You wouldn't think it's a big deal. Now do the math on this. 346 times 52 weeks. That's $179.92 per driver per year. Now apply that to lease drivers, not guessing, just illustrating, okay? 500 drivers, $90,000 a year. 1,000 drivers, $180,000 a year. 2,500 drivers, $450,000 a year. That's from one line item. Not fuel, not lease payments, just glass, $3.46. Now listen carefully because this matters. We're not here to call anything a crime, okay? We're here to show documents and explain outcomes. When a lease consistently produces zero pay and negative pay weeks, the issue is not hustle, it's risk placement. Who controls the freight? Who controls dispatch? Who controls fuel programs? And who controls downtime? And who still pays no matter what? The settlements answer that question on their own. I don't have to say anything. I'm just pointing you in the right direction. I keep hearing people say there are lease programs that work for drivers. And I'm being completely honest when I say this. I want to see one. I keep telling everyone, please show me. I really want to see one that's beneficial to drivers. I want to see one that's not a story. It's not a screenshot of a good week, not on a Facebook post. Show me 12 months of settlements. Blur names, blur companies. I don't care. If the structure works, then the paperwork will show it. So far, I haven't seen one yet, and I'm still waiting. You guys keep telling me that you're going to show me one. I'm still waiting. And before anyone asks, no, we didn't post every single settlement image in this on the Facebook page or YouTube. The reason why I didn't was because not because we're trying to hide anything, but because some of these checks were so bad they were redundant. Like I said, zero pay weeks, negative pay weeks, over and over. At a certain point, the pattern, speaks for itself. There's no point in just giving you the same pattern that's exactly the same as the other one. This is why drivers need to follow, share, and comment on this. Okay, this is how the information spreads. This is how the algorithm works. If drivers want real change in trucking, this is how it all starts with documentation, with transparency, and with math. One bad week can be dismissed. 15 documented weeks cannot. And that's where we got to keep focused at. Structures over logos, math over hype, and here at Big Rig Nation, the drivers always come first. Hey drivers, Patrick Nicholson. If you like this video and what you've seen here, I want you to reach out to us. Tell us what you want us to dig into next. Tell us what you're seeing out there. Tell us what structures, deductions, or programs you want broken down, because chances are, if you're seeing it, other drivers are too. Your feedback matters just as much as the documents we get from the drivers. And this doesn't work without you. The information flows both ways. When drivers send us real questions and real paperwork, we can do what we do best: document it, verify it, and put the math on the table so everyone can see what's really going on. That's what Big Rig Nation is here for. We're not here to hype anything. We're here to explain it, expose it when needed, and give drivers clarity so they can make better decisions. So follow the page, share the video, and comment so this reaches more drivers. And if you've got something you want looked at, send it in. I appreciate all of you watching, and I appreciate the support, and we've got a lot more coming to you. I'll see you on the next one.